Hey, what's up? It's Deanna. I am absolutely freezing right now. I decided to come out for a second just to show you this antique German Bisque doll from the 1890s, and I didn't realize how cold it was. So look at this. Isn't she beautiful? I'm trying to show you a close-up of her face, and she is just exquisite. So she was made by the Kestner company, JD Kestner, and this particular one was probably made in the late 1880s, I'd say, early 1890s. And so Kestner had made dolls for quite a long time before this. And the original dolls that they originally made were, I believe, paper mache dolls and China head dolls. And then they started to move to Bisque, and Bisque became very popular sometime in the 1870s and on to about 1920, 1930 until they went out of favor because dolls made out of composition were more popular, and then they moved on to plastics and so on. And so this particular one is German. She's a shoulder head doll, and a shoulder head doll is a doll that's on a leather body, a kid leather body. Now, a socket head doll is one that's made on a jointed composition body and can be posed in all different ways. Her head and shoulders, excuse me, are in all one piece. And she's put on a porcelain body, a kid body with porcelain hands. I don't know if you can see that, made out of bisque. And it's hard to show you because the lighting is just god awful right now. Let me put her down a moment. And she's on like a chunk of ice. And let me pull back to show you a full shot of this doll. And I'm stepping in snow right now with slippers. Yes, I am crazy. So she has her original dress. Look how gorgeous that is. And it's white cotton with lace. It's very hard to find these antique dolls with their original clothing. Her hat is original as well. I don't know if you can see that. Now, her wig was replaced. She had her original wig, but it was in really bad shape, so I just replaced it with this mohair one that I thought was very pretty for her complexion. Now, she does not have sleep eyes, and she has what's called an open closed mouth. So her mouth actually, like towards the late 1880s and actually the mid 1880s, they started opening the mouth, like by cutting a little section of it open, and they would place teeth in there. And before that, the dolls were closed mouth dolls, so they did not have the opening, and they had closed, like their lips were closed. And what happened is then the dolls with the open mouth started becoming popular, and the closed mouth dolls actually are the dolls that are worth more than the open mouth dolls, but they were cheaply made, so they were made cheaper. The ones with the teeth inserted were actually more money, and it was a novelty. Everybody wanted the new open-mouthed dolls. Now, this one was made just after the closed mouth dolls and before the open mouth dolls started becoming popular. So instead of opening a little section of the mouth and cutting it out, they carved the teeth in the mouth. I don't know if you can see that. So these are carved teeth. They're not inserted. Her mouth was never opened. And this would have been a cheaper product, but she's more desirable for collectors. And because, again, the earlier dolls had the closed mouth. So you always, if you're collecting, you want a closed mouth doll as opposed to an open mouth doll. They're always worth more. Let me show you her bisque hands and bisque lower arms. And her body is constructed out of kid leather. Look at her original socks and her little booties. I'm trying to get under the dress to show you. So there's the kid leather body. The kid leather went all the way up, and the shoulder was made out of bisque and was inserted into the kid leather body. The kid leather went all the way up to about here, and then the rest is the bisque lower arms and hands, as you can see here. She has paperweight eyes. And paperweight eyes are eyes that do not open and close. And again, that was a later novelty. That was like the open mouths with the inserted teeth. That came later. And I love her eyes. Her eyes are just absolutely exquisite. I don't know if you can see the threading in there. But these were all hand blown and really, really well made. Kestner made a beautiful, beautiful product that rivaled the French. The French were the elite of doll making. They made the most expensive dolls. Their dolls were so expensive that most of the middle class couldn't afford them, only the wealthy could. And then the Germans actually put out a product, mass produced it, and made it affordable for everybody. But Kestner was actually a company that always used quality in mind, not like some of the other German manufacturers like Armand Marseille, who made mass-produced dolls for very cheap and cheaply made them, and they weren't nearly half or a quarter as pretty as Kestner doll. So once again, thanks for watching another one of my videos. I'm freezing. I can hardly talk right now. As you can see, it is really cold here in New York. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, hit the bell notification button and hit all notifications. So anytime I put a video on, you'll see it. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day and stay warm wherever you are in the world.